My dear friends, welcome to Rajshekhar classes on Applied Data Science with Python. This is lecture number 286. In this lecture, we will try to understand what is time-based splitting. Let's take a data set of Amazon food reviews. Let's assume we have n reviews. Let me assume my data set is dn. This data set dn is partitioned into three parts. My first partition is dtrain and my second partition is d cross validation and my third partition is, let me assume, d test. Till now we have been saying that we randomly split the data into dtrain, d cross validation and d test. What does random splitting means? Random splitting means, let me assume this is my data set dn. Let it be whose size is n. Let me say this is my data set dn. I am creating three data sets out of this dn. Let me say this is my first data set. Let it be, this is my first data set and this is my second data set and this is my third data set. Let me name it my first data set. Let me assume this is training data set. My second data set, it is cross validation data set. Third data set is test data set. Now let me say like this: the probability or chance that any given random point xi, I will repeat, the probability or chance that any given random point xi goes to train, let me assume this is 60%. Let it be, yes. Probability that point xi goes into cross validation is, let me assume, 20%. Let me assume. Probability that goes xi into test, let me assume this is also 20%. Let it be like this. Yes, which means any given point xi can go into any of three data sets. That may be train data set, that may be cross validation data set, that may be test data set. That's what random sampling means. But I told you, I discussed in one of my previous lectures, random sampling or random splitting is not only way to split the data, and there is other type of splitting that is known as time-based splitting. Time-based, let me write it, it is time-based splitting. We will try to understand what is time-based splitting. I will try to argue that time-based splitting, let me repeat, I will try to argue that time-based splitting is better than, let me say, time-based splitting means, let me assume TBS. This TBS is better than random splitting or random sampling for Amazon food review dataset. But there are the problems where random splitting is better than time-based splitting. For this problem in the sense, for Amazon fine food review dataset, I will try to argue that time-based splitting is better. So let's understand what is time-based splitting. Time-based splitting is basically means, let me say like this, my whole data set dn, let me say this is, let me write like this, this is my whole data set, dn can be ordered on time. I will repeat, my whole data set, let me say this is dn, can be ordered, it can be ordered on time, it can be ordered on time, because for each review, let me say this is review 1, this is review 2, review 3, so on. Let me assume there are n reviews, isn't it? Because for each review in my data set, R1, R2, Rn. R1 means first review, R2 means second review, Rn means nth review. I have timestamp. I have timestamp for each review. I have time at which the review was given. If you go back to original data set for Amazon Fine Food reviews, if you recall, there is a column called timestamp. In Amazon Fine Food review data set, we have a column known as timestamp. Just recall, we discussed this timestamp in my previous lecture, in one of my previous lecture, which says, what is timestamp? Which says at what time, review is given, at what time review is given. That's what timestamp says. So and so date and so time. Even you can find so and so date and so time in that particular timestamp, isn't it? Let me assume there is a column. Let me say this is time. I'm sorting this, isn't it? So time-based splitting basically means when you sort your data Dn in increasing order, sort your data in increasing order of time. Sort your data in increasing order of time. Or I can say ascending order of time. First sort it. What is my step number 1? My step number 1 is sort your Dn. This is my step number 1. Sort your Dn in ascending order of time. In ascending order of time, because time is available. If time is not available, we can't do time-based splitting. Timestamp needs to be available. In our case, it's available. Timestamp needs to be available. In our case, since it's available, we can decide whether time-based splitting is better or random splitting is better, isn't it? Now, I will break it up into 3 parts. Let me break it up into 3 parts. I will take first 60% of data as my D-train. I am breaking this particular data set into 3 parts. This is, let me assume this is 60% of data. This data, let me call it as D-train. Let me say this is D-train, isn't it? I will take next to 20%. Let me assume this is next to 20% of data. This next 20% of data, let me assume this is DCV, D cross validation, and last 20%, let me say this is last 20% of data, I will use it as a D test. My first partition, that is 60%, is D-train. Otherwise, let me rewrite it again. Let me redraw it. Just say this one. My data set is like this. Let me assume this is my Dn, isn't it? In this particular data set, let me say I have reviews R1. R1 is my first review and R2 is second review. In similar manner, R3 is third review, like this. So on, how many reviews we have? We have n reviews. Let me say Rn is nth review, isn't it? Now what am I doing? How am I splitting this one? I am splitting this into 3 parts. In my first part, I am keeping 60% of data as D-train. This is first portion. And next, let me say this is 20% of my Dn. Let me say this is my Dn. This 20% is D cross validation. Let me say that remaining 20% is for D test. This is my review data set. This is the second step. My second step is the oldest 60% data in D-train. This is oldest 60% data. Why? Because we sorted the data in ascending order, isn't it? Therefore, the oldest, this part is the oldest 60% of data in D-train. Next to oldest 20% of data is in D-cross validation. The last 20% of the data, the most recent data, is in D-test. Now, let me argue with you on why TBS can be done, is better than TBS, means time-based splitting is better than random splitting. We will try to understand. If you do not have timestamp, imagine for our data, if you don't have time column, let me say, for our data, if you don't have time, it is impossible. Let me repeat. If you don't have time, I can't do time-based splitting. If you don't have time column, I can't do time-based splitting. It's impossible. So we need time. Time is a mandatory field. Time is a necessary field I need to have. This is a necessary field I need to have. Without time column, I cannot do time-based splitting. Now we will try to understand about random sampling or random splitting so that we can compare. For Amazon Fine Food Reviews, I will try to argue. For Amazon Fine Food Reviews, I will try to argue time-based splitting is better than random splitting. Let me try to argue this way. So imagine I used my data. So imagine I did random splitting. Let's say I used random splitting. In random splitting, what do? I use my D-train. Let me write. In random splitting, I'm saying about this random splitting. What happens? I used my D-train. Let me write otherwise. D-train. Yes, I use my D-train to get what is the purpose of D-train? To get nearest neighbor. I used my D-cross validation. Just recall, I used my D-cross validation to compute K. In KNN. To compute K in KNN, and I'm using D-test. I'm using D-test. I'm saying my D-test. I'm using D-test, and I'm saying my D-test. With my D-test, I will get, what will I get with D-test? I will get accuracy. I'm saying about random splitting or random sampling, I can say. Let me assume I have done all of them. Let's say I discovered K equal to 5. Isn't it? I discovered K equal to 5. That is the best K. Let me assume this is the best K. And let's assume I split data into, in D-train, I'm keeping 60% of data, and D-cross validation 20% of data, and on D-test, in D-test, I'm keeping 20% data, because there is sufficient amount of data here. Let me split into these three portions, isn't it? Let's assume let me say as K equal to 5, my 5 nearest neighbor accuracy. Let me assume this accuracy is 93%. I'm assuming by using random splitting, isn't it? Let me assume this is my accuracy. This is accuracy on what? Accuracy on D-test. Now, how will this system will deployed? Now, let's try to understand this. Let's assume this is my time axis. Let me say this is something like my time axis. Let me assume like this. This is my time axis. Today, I used all my data. Let me say like this. This is today. today. Yes, let me assume. Today, I used all the data that is there in, all the data means that is there in the past, all of the historical data. Let me say all of the historical data. Let's assume I am an engineer at Amazon. Let me assume I am machine learning engineer at Amazon. Today, all the data I have, I will use it to train. I will use it to train. I will use it to train. I will use it to cross validation. I will use it for testing. Let's assume my test accuracy is 93%. Let it be. Let it be. Using all the data till today, using all the data till today, now I need to deploy tonight. Midnight, I deploy this production. I deployed this this into production. Deploy my model. I am deploying my model into production, isn't it? After deploying this model into production, what happens? What does deploying means? My cross validation k equal to, let me say k equal to 5, and my training to compute nearest neighbor. What is deploying means? I am going to detrain with k equal to 5. Deploying means I am, let me say like this, I will repeat. What is deploying means? I am going to use detrain with k equal to 5. That's important. To determine tomorrow any review I get. Tomorrow I get review 1, some review 2. Otherwise, let me rewrite this entire thing. I will rewrite it. Just see. Let me say this is time axis. This is my time axis. Let me assume this is my time axis. This is, let me say, today. Let me assume this is today. What I am doing with training data, I can find nearest neighbor. With cross validation, let me say we discovered k equal to 5. By using test data, we discovered its accuracy is 93%. Now what I am doing? I am deploying the model. Deploying means it is in live, isn't it? That's what deploying means. I will repeat. What is deploying means? I am going to use detrain. I am going to use, let me say like this, I am going to use detrain with k equal to 5 to determine tomorrow any review I get. Tomorrow I may get review 1. Let me say this is review 1. Let me say this is review 2. Let me say this is review 3, review 4. This is review 4. Tomorrow, let me say tomorrow I get review 1, review 2, review 3, review 4, review 5, and so on. Now, as soon as I get a review, I determine using this, because this system is deployed in production. Production basically means this system is live now. As soon as I am getting review tomorrow, I will start saying whether it is positive or not, whether it is positive or negative, using my 5NN. My detrained data. Now here is the problem. The review that I am getting tomorrow, what did I say? If I done random sampling, I am saying about random sampling. If I done random sampling, using random sampling, I got test accuracy. Let me assume test accuracy is 93%. I got this particular. So my assumption here on all these data points, on all these points, I am going to have an accuracy approximately 93%. Isn't it? By using all this data, we concluded that we have got 93% accuracy. I am going to have accuracy approximately 93% on tomorrow's reviews. Till today, I used this data set, I used data, historical data, past data, and I trained the model. I have got k equal to 5 by using cross validation, by using test data. I have got accuracy 93%. For new reviews, for tomorrow's reviews, after deploying the model, I will expect to have accuracy 93% on future reviews. I do not expect to see an accuracy, I do not expect to see an accuracy of 85% or 86%, isn't it? I will see it is 92.5, I will see it is 92.5 to 93.5, somewhere very close to 93%. That's what I expect, but I may not get this 93%, isn't it? It's 93% is my expectation, but there are cases where I may not get it. I have seen this happen many times in my career, especially when you do random splitting, when you do random sampling. Let me explain why that does not happen. What is the reason? What's the reason? Which factors is affecting for not getting accuracy on future reviews, on tomorrow's reviews as 93%. The reviews that I get tomorrow may be very different from the reviews that are existing in my training data set and cross validation data set, because with time I get new products. With the time, for given product, reviews may change. Probably earlier for a given product, the reviews were very bad. The product changed slightly. Maybe with slight change, reviews may improve. There were few bad reviews, but things changed slowly. So with time, in this case, in the sense random sampling, in this case, with time, my product, let me write it. In this case, with the time, what happens? With the time, my products and their reviews, products and their reviews change. Products and their reviews change with time. With time, isn't it? With time, I can say with the time things change. With time, things change, and hence when I do random sampling, and hence when I do random split, otherwise random sampling, random split, I may not get the best value. I may not get the best value, isn't it? So let's take the time domain. Now we will try to argue like this. Assume this is let me say this is my time domain. Let me say like this. This is today minus 90. Let me assume like this. Assume this is my time domain. Let's assume this is today. I said I will use all the data of last 90 days, of last historical data, all the data of historical data of last 90 days, isn't it? Today, from today to today minus 90 days. I am using the last 90 days data. I am using the last 90 days data. When I am using the last 90 days data, I am taking all of this data, isn't it? I am taking all of this data. I am randomly splitting it into train, into cross validation, into test. I am randomly splitting, isn't it? I will get all of my training points from here to here, I will get all of my training points from all over the place. I will get training 60% training point from all over the place. All over the place I am getting randomly. In similar manner, I am getting 20% cross validation data from all over this place. Remaining 20% testing data is also coming from all over the place. That's important here, isn't it? I am collecting randomly data from last 90 days and collecting and keeping 60% in training, 20% in cross validation. Randomly I'm getting data from this entire region from today minus 90 to today. I'm getting data from this entire region because I'm using random sampling. My test, cross validation can come from anywhere. My training data can come from anywhere. My 60% training data can come from anywhere. In similar manner, my 20% cross validation data can come from anywhere. My 20% test data can come from anywhere. Now, instead of this, let me suggest you something different. That something different is known as time. What is that method name? Let me write it. This is time-based splitting. What is this time-based splitting? Let me write it. Let me say like this. How can I say? Just say, let me say like this. Let me say this is T. T means what? This T is for today. T means today, isn't it? Let me say this is T. Let me assume this is T minus 15. Let me assume this is T minus 30. Let me assume this is somewhere T minus 90. Isn't it? Let it be. Isn't it? This is today. This is T minus 90, today minus 90. This is T minus 30, today minus 30. This is today minus 15. This T is today. Now, I am going to use this data. Which data? This data. This particular data. Let me say this data. I am going to use this particular data for finding nearest neighbor. This particular data I am going to use for cross validation. What is the use of cross validation? I can find K from using cross validation. This particular data I am using for testing, isn't it? That you must understand. What does it mean intuitively? It intuitively means I am going to use all of the historical data to find nearest neighbor. Historical data means data in between T minus 90 and T minus 30. I am saying about time-based splitting. That one must understand. I am going to use all of the historical data to find nearest neighbor. Let me assume in this case T minus 90 to T minus 30. If I did time-based splitting, what I get in my time-based splitting, that is TBS, let's assume test accuracy in time-based splitting is equal to, let me assume my test accuracy in this case, let me assume 91%. Let's say on this test set, 91% accuracy on my test data set. Let's on this test set, let's assume my accuracy is 91%. What is that means? What does it mean? It is equivalent to saying if I train a model on T minus 15 day, we are T minus 15 day, but if I am training the model, I am calculating nearest neighbor from T minus 19 to T minus 30 and I am calculating K in between T minus 30 days to T minus 15 days. Therefore, what does it mean? I am training a model on T minus 15th day, but I deployed into, let me say, I have training model, I am deployed into production for the next 15 days. Next 15 days means T minus 50, isn't it? Production, this is production for, this is for production. This entire thing is for model. Modal means, let me assume for finding KNN, this is for production, isn't it? So let me write it in English. Let me write it in English. How will I write? If I train a model, if I trained, let me say like this, if I trained model 15 days back, 15 days back, this is training portion. This is, I am training the model 15 days back, using all of this data. Which data? Data from T minus 19 to T minus 15, let me say. 15 days back, using all of this data, using all of this data, and if I tested it on, and if I tested it on, if I tested it on last 15 days data, last 15 days data. That's important. This is last 15 days data. I build model till T minus 15. On last 15 days I tested, isn't it? Let me assume my accuracy is 91%. Let it be. My accuracy is 91%. Now the probability or chance the same accuracy number will hold for the next 15 days is higher as compared to random splitting, because in random splitting my test data comes from all over the places. My test data comes from till today. Test data comes from all these places, from T minus 19 to T, isn't it? That's a random splitting, isn't it? I will repeat. In random splitting, my test data comes from all over the place. My test data comes from 90 days back to first day. This is 90 days back to this test data is coming from 90 days back to till today. That is random splitting. My test data comes from all over the place. But if things are changing with time my product change, isn't it? With time my product change, reviews change. Since things change with time, this accuracy that I get with time-based splitting is much more representative of the accuracy that I will get next 15 days. Next 15 days means this. Next 15 days, isn't it? As compared to random splitting. In random splitting, my test data comes from all over this place. Test data comes from all over this place. That is random splitting. On the contrary, here my test data comes only from sequential time. This time, last 15 days, recent data. This is 91% is equivalent to, if I train my data, if I train my model 15 days back, I am training model 15 days back, isn't it? If I train my model 15 days back, and if I test it on last 15 days, I am testing the model on last 15 days. That's important. That's I get 91% accuracy. Let me assume this is 91% accuracy. Then I will get high chances for next 15 days means after this one here. Isn't it? This is. I will get high chances for next 15 days getting same accuracy. That's important. Same percentage in future is high. That one must understand. Let me write it otherwise. Let me write it like this. Where will I write? Just let me write. Yes. Just a minute. I will write it so that it will be clear. Yes. Okay. Let me write like this. Yes. Okay. Yes. How can I write? Just see. Whenever time is available, whenever time is available, and if things change, and if things, and if things change, and if things change, or data change, things change or data change, things change or data changes over time, over time, over time, because product change, because product change over time, product change over time, and reviews of product change, reviews of product change, reviews of product change over time, over time, then doing time based splitting, that is TBS, is preferable, is preferable. This is very, very important. Again, there are many challenges in doing time based splitting, that one must understand. If time is not available, then random sampling is preferable. Since we have time, since we know that behavior changes with time, we are preferring time based splitting. Just go through this lecture. If you have any difficulty, keep a comment. Thank you very much.